Hey, welcome to Casual Fridays. Working from home casual. Can't believe it is Friday again. It is whirling by. Hey, this weekend I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. When they arrive, I'll let you know which one came first. But anyway, we're about 25 seconds. I hear the music coming in, and we're going to get ready to go on to the show today. There we go. So here we go. What a week. And hello, South Florida. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Real Estate Show, also known as a TGIF. That's TGIF to the third power. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Florida. And for many of you, thank God it's finished. And speaking about finished, here we are now. Can you believe that? We are now in the last month of the second quarter, or the third quarter, meaning that we are 26 days away from the beginning of the fourth quarter. How is it going for you? You know, this is a year that a lot of people had a lot of great expectations and things, hoping, expectations in terms of goals, expectations for graduations. I mean, think about it. It's pretty cool to graduate in 2020. It's such a futuristic sounding year. And to think that it is now basically 9/12 of the way through. And we've got what I think, and we started talking about this in the beginning of the week, that I think what you're going to see in terms of the economy. I saw something today that unemployment is now officially down below double digits for the first time since the pandemic. It is down at about 8.4%, which I just find it so, almost incredible that the economy bounced back that strong in terms of employment. Now, we still got a lot of employment. In fact, the big news this week, and we're going to get into that on our Wednesday recap, the big news has been the CDC, the declaration there as a precaution for COVID, that they were extending the eviction/foreclosure moratorium through the end of the year. So that's got to be very telling. I think one of the things that's most telling about it is that the fact is that now we have some clearer demarcation lines. I told you from the very beginning, if you've been following our show, that the election is really going to be the date that tips the scales in almost everything. And I'll tell you, this is probably one of the most important, one of the most watched elections that we will see. And I hope that everybody does. Not only, if you're an American, I hope you're going to vote. This is your time to be counted. But the world is really watching this one for all sorts of reasons. But today, as a matter of fact, I was talking with Erica, and I was mentioning that I was, and I tell you, because the news here in the United States is so biased, it is so polarized one way or the other, that it is difficult even to watch, to be quite honest. TV in the United States has become very difficult to watch. The quality of programming, most of it's reality stuff, And none of it which puts much in your head, none of it which puts much in, in terms of motivating people. So you wonder why, the country is in a state of, a big camp of people who are sitting back and expecting this great country to provide for them. And all I say is that I go back to the late President Kennedy, where he put it the best I've ever heard. And that was, ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And right on the day of that, I'll tell you that real estate is probably one of the most American businesses that you can possibly do. After all, first of all, it's the dirt here that we stand upon. And so that is very American. It can't get more homegrown than our own dirt, number one. Number two is it is one of the basic necessities, food, shelter, transportation. It's shelter. We are providing the place where business gets done, and we are providing the shelter where those people who work live. So there's nothing but positive things to say about real estate. Probably one of the reasons why real estate really is one of the formal columns of the supporting columns of the economy. When real estate goes, usually everything goes. And when everything goes, oftentimes real estate is the last pillar standing, as we saw back in 2008 and so forth. So it's kind of interesting. And so anyway, let's get back to our weekly recap. We started the week off talking about goals. And you're going to see in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be circling around that topic of goals quite a bit. Namely, because I now, especially this week when we've gotten more clarity on where we stand with the evictions, where we stand with the moratorium, that tells me where we'll stand with the real estate market. Likely that's where we'll stand with the stock market, that you're probably going to see the best of the best this, election, final run of the economy. The opportunity to start a business has never been better. The opportunity to accelerate a business, probably you won't see much better times in the next 12 to 24 months. Will there be a slowdown in the economy? I think now we're going to see. We're looking in the beginning of Q1 or Q2 of 2021. Wow, just the sound of that. 2021 sounds, almost surreal. And so the importance of goals and setting up a plan, and I'm going to get more into the plan. But first, I wanted to talk about goals on Monday, and it was because of a conversation that I had with a number of other high-level people in the real estate business, entrepreneurs. And we were talking about this whole concept of, why is it that so many people have New Year's resolutions that die, before the second month, let alone the second quarter? Why is it that people always talk about goals, but they seldom achieve them? It's a minority. It's a low percentage. And can you imagine what our country, which is already the greatest country, can you imagine if we were a country of goal setters and, better yet, goal achievers? Now, a lot of people do achieve goals. And, the old 80-20 rule definitely applies, that 80% of the important stuff happens because of 20% of the efforts. And conversely, 80% of the efforts don't amount to 20% of the achievements. And that is the issue that we were talking about. And one of the things that became very clear in our conversation is that most people mix up and confuse goals with concepts. What do I mean by that? My goal is to become wealthy. Very common in the business world. Well, what the heck does wealthy mean? What does it really mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? And I guarantee you those are two different things. And describe, now when you start to describe, you start getting closer to what a goal is. But a concept, you can't achieve wealthy if you don't know what the definition of wealthy is, particularly to you. And so that's why they developed a system called, SMART goal setting systems, where you set goals that are SMART. And the SMART is really just an acronym to keep us on track. S stands for specific. You know, how much money is wealthy? Is it $1 million? For some people, that's a lot of money. For some people, that's not a lot of money, but it is specific. So I want to make $1 million. Achievable, right? Actionable and achievable. Is making $1 million. Now, if you were to say, I want to make $1 million this year, and I've never made more than $40,000-$50,000 a year, I got to question, you know, the achievable part. But the truth is, it is achievable in the world of reality. It's very achievable. But then we get to the R. Is it realistic? Same way. If I wanted to become a black belt, you know, if I want to be great at martial arts, well, what does great at martial arts mean? Do I want to be an orange belt, or do I mean being a black belt? Do I mean being a first-degree black belt? Do I mean being a 8th degree black belt? But let's just say I want to be a black belt. That's a specific goal. And then I say I want to be a black belt in 1 year. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not be a black belt in 1 year. There may be an exception that I don't even know about, but I don't know of anybody that's ever achieved. And I've known some pretty darn good martial artists, and any school worth its salt probably won't even give a black belt in 1 year. But here's the fact. It takes longer. Is it achievable? Absolutely. Is it realistic? And not in 1 year, it's not. So now let's start mapping out what is achievable and what is realistic in the context of what resources do I bring to the table? What are my challenges and what are my opportunities there? So that makes it more specific, achievable, realistic. I'm sorry, measurable. I skipped the M, didn't I? No one caught me on that one. So measurable along the way. I got to be able to not only quantify it as a whole, but I can measure it in increments, right? In order to achieve a black belt, there's a whole bunch of belts to get there. I got to be a white belt first. I got to get into the game. I got to achieve a yellow belt, an orange belt, a green belt, a blue belt, whatever the system has. And that's the way. If I want to make $1 million, well, the first thing I got to make $1. Then I got to make $50,000, $100, and then I got to do that 10 different times. If I want to make $1 million over 1 year period, how many of you have ever calculated? I haven't. No, it's $83,333.33 a month. That's how you get to $1 million in a year. If you're making over $80,000 a month, you're an annual millionaire. You got to have measurable. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and then finally, and this is the one that many people fall down on. Yeah, I want to lose. Someone says I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, great. In how much time? A day, a month, a week, a year. And when you have all of those elements in there, that is a SMART goal. Anyway, that was our Monday show, and that was really to set up the week, because what I am looking at is measuring where we are in the economy, where we are in the real estate market, and then where we're going to be able to go. What can I realistically go to achieve in what I think is going to be the most fertile soil to be doing business in? And I am going to launch in the next 2 weeks what I'm going to call my 90-day run. And I am going to look to achieve huge things. I'm talking about stretching the outer limits of what your capacity is. You know what they say, shoot for the stars. If you land on the moon, you've certainly done a great thing. And I'm looking to work with a few people over the next 90 days. I'm going to work with a few people very closely in really expanding and stretching the envelope, because no matter what we do, first of all, in the year of the pandemic, if you achieve anything substantial, you're going to be able to reach around, and pat yourself on the back. But if you really come around and achieve something that you thought wasn't in the cards anymore for 2020, well, then join us, because we're going to do exactly that over the next 90 days. So anyway, we're up against a break. We're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to have to pick up the pace a little bit, go into our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before we wrap it up here on our Friday edition of The Real Estate Show. After all, you are listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Wilner. I forgot to mention to you before in the beginning of the show, we are on 4 local AM stations. You can catch us on iHeartRadio. And you can always listen to us as we stream live and archive and make our recordings available 24/7. All you have to do is remember this one website. It's automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. And of course, we've also been broadcasting live on our Facebook page. And I'm going to go ahead and go to a break. I'm going to come talk to you guys on my Facebook Live page. So stand by. We've got a lot more for you here on The Real Estate Show. Don't touch that dial, because we'll be right back. Get my break music there. So let me go ahead first of all and say hello to all of our folks. Marianne, first in line, welcome to the show. Missed you this week. I haven't seen you all week long. Is the first week of school got you busy? Marcelo, my brother from another mother, from the great country of Brazil. So, and he really is my brother. I got Michael and Sam, both from the Bay Area. How are you guys doing? It was a very interesting week on all fronts, wasn't it? And I heard that, so did you guys each win an acre, or did you guys win 1 acre together? Because you guys did do 2 different videos, so you should get 2 acres. But high five and congratulations to that. That was actually really cool. I don't know if I would have been eligible, but I was like, man, I should have probably thrown my hat in there with those videos. So, Marianne, virtual teaching is kicking my butt. Well, first of all, hats off to all the teachers out there, especially you, Marianne. But I have a great appreciation for teachers, and as I do for, by the way, law enforcement. I was listening to a press release or interview with the head of the policemen's union in New York, and man, I'll tell you, you could just tell the broken heart that he has inside, trying to represent the officers, which in the line of duty, and what he was making, which I think was a very valid case, is that if you teach a police officer a specific procedure and the police officer follows that procedure literally to a T. I was watching some videos and they show the training video and they show the police officer doing it. And he's basically like speaking the manual as he's performing in real life live fire situation. Back to the Shay Show. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program and America's longest running available program, heard 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 8 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are across the country, you can listen to us still. All you have to do is go to one of 2 locations. You can either go to iHeartRadio, which is a free app that you can download on your phone. You can go to TuneIn, download it for free on your phone. Then just simply search for WWNN Money Talk Radio 1470. That's WWNN Money Talk Radio 1470. And you can literally download and listen to our radio show live anywhere in the country that you can get the app to work, which is obviously based on cell or internet. You can also, all things the same, you can go to Automatic Landlord. That's our website, automaticlandlord.com. Go to the top of the page, click on the listen live if you're there at the right time, or download one of the podcasts or listen to it right there on the website. But you can listen to this now coast to coast around the world. And as you can see, whether it be from Brazil, which we frequently have clients and family and friends of the radio show listening to us from there, Canada very frequently. Hello to you out there, Serge. From China to Europe and many points in between. So share this radio show and how to reach us with more of your friends. Make what we say available to more people, because as you'll find as we do the weekly recap, there's a lot going on during the week. So I want to jump. I talked about our Monday show, jumping into Tuesday, where we started talking more about the tools and the techniques of what we were doing, what's going on. And that was when the CDC suddenly got thrown into the mix. Everybody knows that Congress can't agree with the Senate. They agree on many things, but because of politics, and this is the sad part that I'm going to have to throw in there, the Senate and the Congress will not agree on the things that they agree on because they have diverging agendas outside of the fact. Now, we were counting on, they led us to believe, in fact, even Nancy Pelosi said that she wasn't going to go home on vacation until they reached an agreement. And where are they now? They're all on vacation. And we hear a press release here and an announcement there. And when they went on vacation, the president, frustrated by those two bodies not getting together, he went ahead and he issued his own or executive orders, which of course politically people had a problem with, but he put the people first. And I wish more of our congressmen and more of our senators would put the people first. But the president did another pretty slick move. And what he did is he threw the CDC into the mix. And now by the powers of the CDC, they declared that due to the pandemic, that in the event that a foreclosure or an eviction, now, so there's going to be some documentation, there's going to be some justification that has to be done, but if it would render somebody who has made an honest attempt, and so to all of you tenants out there that are just gaming the system, that are taking advantage of your landlords, to you, that your day will come to roost. But to those people who have sincere difficulties and hardships, not just, I have hardship because I watch reality TV. When you have your own hardship and you document that, the CDC will give you coverage and will give you all the way until December 31st. So I think that the intention is so clear that I think it's going to be hard if someone produces those justifications. So that's going to be very interesting there. I think that's going to be very cool, number one. So the change of that, like I said, it's given a lot more clarity. And so that's what we were talking about, what you as a landlord, what you can do in this pandemic. Are there evictions happening now? Yes, there are. And remember, a lot of the protections were mostly on federally backed. So legally, it's the federally backed mortgages and the federally backed housing finance with federally backed mortgages that are still under legal protection. Now you have to go state by state, depending on what governors did. And we talked a little bit about that in different states. And now you have one more layer of protection. And so really what I've seen now is that we have effectively extended the protection for the real estate market, at least out until December 31st. Now, that puts us into the practical side of things. And Tuesday, I said, listen, remember, my job is not to be a fortune teller, be a crystal ball reader. My job is not to predict, to prepare my investors, my clients, and you, my listeners, for what's coming ahead. And that's why I started talking about, let's start setting some goals of what you want to do. And if you want to talk to me and have a direct strategy session, I'm going to give out our toll-free number, and I'm also going to direct you to our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Real Estate Show. No spaces, no hyphens, The Real Estate Show. And you can set an appointment there, a free complimentary, no strings attached consultation. You can do that there, and you can also do it at the place that I always tell you to remember. Write this down, automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. I spend most of my day on the phone talking to listeners and clients, talking about the market, how to prepare, what do you have in resources, and based on the conversation that we have, I can design a program for you that I think is going to have maximum effect. And especially now, remember, I've got my sights now for the next 90 days. and we're going to make a run. We're going to make a serious run. And this could be, by the way, I think the soil is so fertile in the next 90 days and being prepared for the days and months that follow that the next 2 years could literally change your life. You could work, and I have a quote up on the wall in front of my desk. It says, work a few years like most people won't, and live the rest of your life like most people can't. Think about that for a second. Let that one sink in. And I thoroughly believe that we are in a golden opportunity over the next 12 to 36 months, counting starting right now. In the next 12 to 36 months, you're going to have the opportunity to create a complete new reality. But you've got to be able, it's not going to happen for you unless you help to make it happen. And that's what this goal setting was all about Monday, Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, we went more in depth about the CDC bombshell. I also talked about the news, which of course is very interesting, that the migration out of New York, out of California, into Texas and into Florida is just phenomenal. The length of time that properties are staying on the market in the destination is less than 30 days. We'll come up with some more current statistics as they're released now for the month of August. Remember, we're just in the first week, and a lot of these things take a week or two to get released. But I'm telling you that you've got to try on them to be in and which ones to get out of. And so that is going to be very much on the top of the agenda, which is why I'm saying it is important, probably now more than ever, to be tuned into the real estate show on a daily basis, whether it be live or whether it be on the recording. That's what you got to do. And Thursday, we talked about the updates, not too many. And we also talked about the lineup of what we were going to talk about next week. So we're going to wrap it up here. We've got the weekend ahead of us to prepare. Remember, take advantage. The toll-free number to reach us is 888-595-7779. That's 888-595-7779. Call us. Take advantage of our free, no cost, no consultation, no strings attached consultation, and find out whether real estate is right for you. Anyway, that's it for today. The music is coming in. I'm on my way out. Remember to join us back right here, same place, same time tomorrow. Until then, drive safe. Make it a great day. Bye-bye. All right, buddy. Have a safe Labor Day weekend and enjoy it. All right, boys and girls. So that wraps it up here for another very busy week. In spite of the fact that Congress isn't busy, I think that the president certainly is, and I think that landlords in general very much are. So here's the thing. Are you going to make a change, or are you just going to go with the flow, or basically, get stuck in the flow? Because the flow in general, most people are taking a wait and see approach, and I don't want you to be one of the people who were wait and saw. I want you guys to be part of the let's get it done. Let's go. It's go time. So anyway. I'm just looking at the folks that are online, and nice coverage. Literally, again, coast to coast. We do that on a very consistent basis. To those of you on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back again for the next show, and please feel free to share it. We're right now, like I said, we're aggregating content. We're going to get ready to launch that channel formally, but that probably will be in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, we're just going to go ahead and keep building up the library. And so that's that. So I'll bid good night to the YouTube folks right here. And they are done.